put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight Over the City. I am your host, Stan Long, along with the lovely Terry T-Bomb Long, my host. Give it up, 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 give it up. Man, we have an amazing show for you guys today. Thank you. First of all, we got to shout out our this is family, actually, Hall Mills Network in Jersey. Shout out you guys. We have a great situation with them coming up soon. We'll speak on that at another time, but it's big things popping for us, so we thank you guys for tuning in. Hall Mills Network, You already know. Salute to you guys out there in Jersey, everybody in Philly, Connecticut, New York, the whole syndicate up there. We thank you guys for tuning in. North Carolina, of course, ATL in the building. Robin, everybody down there, ATL holding us down. Thank you guys for being a part of Spotlight. Charlotte, North Carolina, Fayetteville, everybody. Of course, the one and only DMV, Uptown, Northwest, Southeast, Southwest, and of course Northeast. We appreciate every one of you, Landover, Sea Pleasant, everybody for tuning in. But right now we have a special guest.
Yes, we do.
So we have to cut the antics short because we have to get to a Skype. This young lady is nothing short of amazing. She has taken a time out of her schedule. She's all the way in London, if I'm not mistaken.
Y'all.
And she has some big things to say to us, so we'll go to her now.
We're going to go right to the award-winning documentary filmmaker, Olivia Lichtenstein, is in the building with us via Skype, y'all.
Give it up, give it up.
Yay! Welcome, welcome.
Pleasure.
Yes. Can you see us okay?
I can see you fine.
Oh,
nice
what
to
time
see
is
you.
it there?
What time is it there?
It is, let's see, it is 11 o'clock at night.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
you're probably going to get sleepy, so we're not going to keep you long. I can't tell you. I mean, we've been communicating electronically, and you know how excited I have been looking forward to interviewing you and getting some questions. People have been asking me questions all week. I had my hairdresser this week say, make sure you ask her this, make sure you ask her that. And when I tell you that the buzz about this Teddy Pendergrass documentary is really spreading, and it's spreading fast. I mean, people are just saying, and I went and read some of the reviews myself. I did not read one review that was even mediocre. Every review that I've read so far has been ranting and raving about how amazing of a job you all did with this documentary. I have just really got to give it up to you. I really do.
Yes. Great job.
A great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so gratifying to hear because, you know, after all of the hard work, it's just so fantastic when people respond to it in the way that you hope that they will.
Yeah. Are you getting as good of a response out there in the UK?
Oh, it's been absolutely amazing. So we've been playing in cinemas in the UK, and, you know, when the film comes to the end, people have been writing and telling me that the audiences have been just breaking out into spontaneous applause.
Wow.
And you know, been in tears, and it's been fantastic.
I bet you are just been overwhelmed with it. And I can, like I said, I can just tell you, it is the buzz over here in the United States now. It is really spreading, and we are really just looking for more. Do you know the plans for like Showtime? Are they going to continue to run it here in the United States? You know, we got people asking, like, you know, how can they? Is it only on Showtime that they can see it right now in the United States?
Well, at the moment, it is only on Showtime, and I'm not sure how. I know that they've been showing it really a lot, but I'm also aware that not everyone has Showtime.
Yeah.
So I think we need to look into whether, you know, in a little while we might be able to have it play in other places and even in cinemas as well.
Oh, that would be amazing to get it in the cinemas here in the United States. So, you know, I am certainly looking forward to that. But let me just get into a few questions. At what point or what was it? Was it something that moved you, or did you always know at some point you wanted to do? Did you always say to yourself, one day I'm going to do a documentary about him? Like, where did this come from?
It was a really sort of amazing experience. So what happened is that I've always been a fan of soul music, and soul was always really big in the UK. So, you know, I grew up listening to all of those guys and loving that music. And then I just started sort of recently, a few years ago, listening to Teddy Pendergrass again and just thinking, wow, that guy sang so beautifully. Oh. And I was watching a documentary about Shep Gordon called Supermensch. And there was a little section in that about Teddy, because, of course, Shep was Teddy's manager.
Yeah.
And I had this really strong feeling. I just thought, I've got to tell Teddy's story.
Wow. So did you know him personally?
No, not at all.
No.
No, not at all. So what I did was, I really thought, I have no choice about this. It's just, I've got to do it. So I managed to track down an email address for Shep, and I wrote to him and said, I need to talk to you about something. And he wrote right back and said, here's my number, call me. Which was in itself amazing. So many things about the journey of making this film where just all these things kind of came together.
Wow.
So I spoke to Shep and I said, look, I don't think that people remember Teddy Pendergrass as well as they should, given his enormous talent and his extraordinary life story. And I have to make this film. And so Shep introduced me to the family, and I took it from there.
Wow. So how long did it take? Like, how long has this been in the making?
Okay, so I would say that first phone call to Shep was probably over 3.5 years ago.
Wow. Okay. But still, 3.5 years is for it to be such an amazing project. I mean, it didn't take forever.
So
no,
quick.
No. I mean, when you hear about some films, that have been 20 years in the making and so on. Yeah.
Yeah. No, so quick question before, from start to finish, from start of production till finish, what would you say the time frame was?
Well, it's sort of difficult because even though I probably started it over 3.5 years ago, I was actually, of course, doing other things as well.
Right.
And so I wasn't devoted exclusively to it. But, it was rumbling along. And then I did a trip to Philadelphia, and then I had to raise finance, and then I got half the money. Then I did a bit of filming. Wow. So, and then, I managed to get the rest of the money on board. So, it sort of fits and starts, but, I would say that I've been absolutely full-time on it exclusively probably for the last 18 months.
Wow. You know what was one of the most amazing things to me watching it? And by the way, I told you I watched it 8 times. I watched it more than that, actually.
And she keeps talking about it over and over and over again. So she tells everyone how great and wonderful this film is. It has to be amazing because my wife won't even speak on it if it's not.
But one of the things that was a part of the documentary that's amazing to me are some of the he talked a lot on recordings.
Yes.
You would play some of the recordings of him just having conversations, and who knew that he had that stuff?
Well, that was the sort of luck, I suppose, of, because you meet everybody and you just, I would go around and talk to people and see what they had and go through all their photographs and, go collect everything. So that takes a long time. Yeah. And then I came upon these, and I thought that was great because it meant that he could tell his own story.
Right. That's what was so authentic about it.
Yeah, and I felt that the more I kind of felt that I got to know him, I felt that Teddy was the sort of guy that would want to have control over telling his story.
Yeah.
And it felt very important to let him do that. So that was, a real find. And the quality of the tapes was very bad. And so I was worried about that. And at one point, I even thought about getting an actor to, voice it.
To voice it. Mm-hmm.
And I tried that, and it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel authentic. So in the end, I thought, no, we've got to go with the bad quality. But in order to help the audience, we'll put the words up on screen.
Oh, my gosh. You are brilliant. To think of that. And like you said, luck. I mean, it was meant for you to do it. It was meant for you to have and stumble across all of the things that made this project come together and be what it is. And it is really phenomenal. I can't think of other words to describe it. And I'm so happy that you decided to do it because I have been a Teddy Pendergrass fan forever. I mean, my parents forced us to listen to it, so I remember pretty much every song. My husband and I, we danced off of one of his songs for our first dance on our beach wedding. Latest Greatest Inspiration. We danced off of that.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, and so what is coming next? I've been seeing some things on your social media with Tyrese maybe starring Teddy Pendergrass in a movie. There's some, buzz to that? Is there any truth to that?
Absolutely. So Tyrese has been trying to, get a movie going for really a long time. I think about 8 years or so. And in fact, I met him in Philadelphia.
Wow.
And showed him the documentary, and he really loved it. And said, "You've got to come with me to LA because I need to show this to people." So I did go to LA and spent some time with him, staying with him. And we screened the film for people in Hollywood. Wow. And I think that really helped because now, he's got this deal with Warner Brothers to make the movie.
Woo! I cannot wait. You are going to have to keep me in the loop on that because Spotlight Over the City we will definitely use our platform as much as we can to get the word out because we're not just looked at in the DMV. Because we're web-based, our growing and fans are all over the place now. So we definitely want to stay in tune and in touch because that's going to be major. And who better to play it with that voice, that sultry, soulful voice than a Tyrese?
Yeah, and he's fantastic, Tyrese.
Yes.
He's just so been so determined to do this. And he met Teddy before Teddy died, and Teddy himself kind of, gave him his blessing.
Gave him the blessing.
To play him.
Oh, that's great.
And that's going to be amazing. So I know people are looking forward to that. Now, you mentioned that you met the family members while you were working on the documentary. Do you have a sense of their approval of, I'm assuming that they've all watched it. Are they on board or are some of them saying, oh, that's not true. That didn't happen like that. What are you getting back from his family members and his ex-wives?
Well, overwhelming sort of praise for the film, which has been fantastic because it's always nerve-wracking when you kind of take somebody's life story and it's people's lives, and then you sort of interpret it and tell the story of it. But they were really so happy with it and felt that, I had a wonderful moment actually when his cousin, George Mouzon, who's in the film, after he watched it, he turned to me and said, "Yeah, that's right, you got him."
Yeah, well, that has to be a good feeling because you don't want to do a documentary about someone and then the family turns on you and say, hey, you didn't say things that were truthful. So to have them on board and in your corner, that can only make it that much better. No,
absolutely. And also, there were some things in it that could have made them a little bit uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And they were very kind of grown up about that and just, felt that, well, this was the story and it was good to tell it. And, they've been very, very supportive.
But I think for the most part, overall, you depicted him in a positive light. Like, there were stories about him, surrounding when he had the car accident and different negative stories out there. I won't go into that, but we all know what that was about. But when you watch, that's why I say, you know what, this documentary, you nailed it because now once people watch it, they can really see the truth and they can really appreciate, everything that he stood for as a performer, as a man, as a father, a friend, and a sex appeal. I mean, I didn't even know. I should have assumed that means so many women just would be on the floor for him.
Oh, I mean, extraordinary. And funnily enough, it's one of the things that's been happening. I had to go to a meeting tonight before talking to you, and people were talking about the film, and men and women were all saying, "Wow, that guy was sexy."
I know.
So tell me one thing that you learned during the documentary that was a surprise to you that you wasn't aware of at all prior to.
Well, I don't think I really understood all the twists and turns of his life and the complexity of it all and the complexity of Philadelphia at that time, and so it was uncovering the layers of all of that, which was so fascinating, and putting to bed some of that gossip and rumor.
That's what I was so happy you did.
Yeah, and also, really just the enormous admiration and respect that I grew to have for Teddy, because the way that he coped with what happened to him and his kind of dignity and intelligence was, and his talent. So I think I learned just an awful lot, because I think that apart from it being a sort of music documentary, it felt to me like a really important human story, because his life changed so dramatically in a second.
I know. And, it was very tragic.
And how would any of us cope with that? And the way that he coped with it was extraordinary.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree. I totally agree. Is there anything else that you would like for our viewers and listeners to know? What's coming up next for you? Anything else that you want us to know about the documentary? About what's your favorite Teddy Pendergrass song? First of all, I'll tell you mine after you tell me yours.
Mine is Love TKO.
Oh wow, mine is I can sing it, but let's see. It goes.
God.
Want me to sing it, Jeremy? Okay, it goes. It used to be. You got it. Every time I would hear a sad song.
Okay,
you know that
she know
song?
that.
You got it.
Yeah.
You hear me? You heard
Now,
me do
now
it.
I don't know if you recognize the song
She
based
said she
on
know
her
it.
singing it.
Okay, what song is that, Olivia? What song was it?
Is that we? No, it wasn't. We Can Try, was
That's
it? No.
It don't hurt now.
I don't hurt now.
Yeah.
No, not now.
Yes.
No,
No,
not now.
it's the song, the title of the song. I know my Teddy Pendergrass
Okay, I'm
stuff.
sorry.
Don't hurt now. Yeah, I know.
It
I
don't
know.
hurt now.
Okay,
So that's my
yeah,
favorite.
that's a
What's
great
your
song.
favorite?
I don't really know that I have a favorite because Teddy Pendergrass has like about 1 billion hits.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for me to say I have a favorite. I really like his work though, and body of work in general.
Well, we're not going to keep you much longer. We do have to get to our news, and we have other guests on the show today. I just want to say thank you so much.
Yes.
We're going to stay in touch. Like I told you, when I saw you took that picture
Right.
with the legendary Jean Conn, I said, you know what? Olivia and I are connected. We are.
Well, that was so great because she happened to be in London.
Really?
And so somebody said, oh, Jean Conn wants to come and see the film. And so we had a screen, there was a screening. I said, well, let her come. And so there she was. And it was just fantastic.
She's an
Yeah, that was
amazing
amazing.
lady.
I hope everyone can get to see the film, and we'll do all we can to get it out there to all of you so that you can have a chance to see it.
Okay,
Yes.
and in the meantime, we're going to do our due diligence and continue spreading the word about the documentary so people can go to Showtime on demand and watch it. We're going to get those numbers off the roof.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for being with us and staying up so late to talk to us, Olivia. We appreciate
Yes,
it.
all the way from London. Give it up one more
Give
time.
it up. Woo!
We definitely appreciate you. You've been a blessing, and thank you for being a part of Spotlight family, and we wish you continued success.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much.
We will talk soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Give it, yes. Great.
That
yes.
was great.
Teddy Pendergrass.
Yay.
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, now we're going to do a rewind, and we're going to get to Spotlight News. Because,
Spotlight News, yes.
we normally do that. You all still have it connected.
Yeah, y'all
We
still
normally
connected.
do that on the beginning of the show, but we had to give Miss Olivia her time so she could get to bed. It's late out there.
She took the time all the way from London. It's about 12 o'clock in London, almost midnight, and she took her time to stay up and be a part of Spotlight over the city. And remind me, I want to send her an email because I have the next documentary that I want us to get into, and it's going to be something amazing.
Okay.
And we talked about it, but I want to discuss it with her.
Okay. All
So
right.
thank
Well,
her
on the
for being a
Spotlight
part of
News,
it.
that's sponsored by none other than...
Horse and Dickies. Give it up one more time for Horse and Dickies in the building, man. Make sure you go over there to Horse and Dickies and on Allentown Road, right down the street from Fast Eddie's. To my right and to your left, it would be none other than
Fast Eddie's and what
What's
else
that?
down
What
there?
over there?
The
Andrews Air Force Base.
Base.
So it's about a block down the street
Yeah.
on the right-hand side next to the car dealership. Go over there, tell them that Spotlight over the city sent you guys, and they'll give you 10% off your entire order. And they have some great food over there. Fish, shrimp, this, that. I mean, hush puppies. I'm all in for
Everything.
the sweet tea, half and half. The half and half will get me over there. Cornbread, everything. So get over there and tell them Spotlight sent you and get your discount. Let's go.
That's right. Let's go. Jussie Smollett. He had to go to court today. He had his supporters with him too, and they are not
Came in there
back.
looking like a black superhero.
That's
didn't
right. They are not backing down at all. Jussie Smollett pleaded not guilty. He said, "I got something for." And his lawyers, he's hired some of the big time lawyers in the entertainment industry, so they're ready to fight this. So now I have mixed feelings now. Like at first I was all like, he's such a liar. He's such he's bogus, fake news, but. I just don't know. This is such an interesting, weird story to me. And I just have no idea how it's all going to pan out, right?
So what
And
made you when you say you're on the fence now, because at first you were convinced,
right?
So what
because
what happened to give you a turn of events?
I don't know. I feel like listening to his attorneys today and how they were like, we wanted cameras in the courtroom. We asked to have cameras in the courtroom because we want the public who has turned against him, people like us who's like, you're bogus, you're a liar. He wants the public to hear the real evidence. Apparently, there must be something that we're not hearing, and we've only been fed all of the negative stuff. And we need to hear some of the evidence that support him and why they're going strong with this not guilty plea. So,
you have no recourse at this point because it's a lose-lose. I mean, you have nothing to lose at this point. If you, me personally, I still can't see a turn of events that make me, because at first I felt bad. Like, I'm thinking, okay, if this happened to this young man, I feel bad. But now the evidence that I'm seeing, where do you get a noose? I'm still stuck on that part. They sell nooses?
So you can go to a hardware store and you can say, I like to purchase a noose.
I need me a noose, extra large. Hell, they ain't got no extra large. You got any mediums? So at the end of the day, I never thought that you could just go buy a noose. I don't know that people going to be waiting out at 10 below degrees weather to throw some bleach and put a noose around your neck. It just sounds wild to me. The whole incident sounds wild. Not even if the young men got paid or not got paid. That's not the wild part. The wild part is it's 2 o'clock in the morning and you decide to go out and get something to eat and bleach got thrown on you on a noose and this and that, and no one saw it on film, and it's not on camera, and blah blah blah. But everything else, it's just wild.
It's just all wild. I agree. It's all shady.
So I can't convict anybody or say guilty or not guilty. But it's hard for me to believe innocence at that point.
So we all going to have to wait and see, though. I mean, he's pleading not guilty, and he's due back in court on April 17th.
What do y'all think, Facebook?
So we're going to see.
Hey, Big Jeff, what you think? Guilty, not guilty? Cheryl.
What y'all think about Mr. Jussie Smollett?
Guilty, not guilty?
Send us some comments.
What do y'all think? How do you feel? Of course, we don't know if he's guilty because he hasn't been sentenced. He hasn't been in court. But what do you think about the indictment? They think he's guilty. 16 counts is a lot.
16 counts is
a lot. But
I
think that they're just throwing a lot so they can get 2 counts or 1 count, something to stick. You know how they do.
Yeah.
So I kind of still feel bad for this young man because even if you wanted the attention, you wanted whatever your motive was, it's something else. It's something. It has to be something.
Well, we'll see. He's due back in court on April 17th, so you all stay tuned. We'll keep you updated on that soap opera. Mr. ODB Jr., who knows who that is? ODB Jr. Odell Beckham has been traded.
I thought you meant Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh, no. ODB Jr., the star football player, the star wide receiver for the New York Giants, who's been known for his dances and his antics on the field and off the field in hot tubs with other players and stuff like that. Not Russell Westbrook, y'all. That's not the right clip.
That's not the right clip.
That's Odell Beckham Jr. It's just a picture of him. He got traded to the Cleveland Browns. And he said, on his social media, he said he's got mixed emotions about it, but then he's like, you know what, I'm going to go hard. That's not the right clip. It says Odell Beckham. It's a picture. You all had put it up earlier when the lady was on. He's going to the Cleveland Browns, and he's now saying, I'm going to go hard for my new team. And listen here, you all can sleep on Cleveland if you want because they've been losing for like 18,000 years. But look at their roster now and look at some of the film from their last few games of last season and now add Odell Beckham Jr. to that equation. So sleep on Cleveland if you want. And now that they got him,
they got a quarterback that can get him the ball?
Yep, they got a quarterback that can get him the ball.
They got a front line that can hold?
You're going to see. Everybody's going to see. Like, I think it's going to be something to watch this year. So, I mean, I don't know how those trade things work, but kudos to Odell Beckham Jr. for taking it like a man and saying, you know what, I'm going to give my all to Cleveland. The Dogs deserve to win, too.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. Well, he jumped off a dying ship. The ship, that's the Titanic over there. That joint's sinking.
Yeah.
And so I think that, in my opinion, if Eli Manning wasn't a Manning, he would definitely have been traded a long time ago. But I think they're doing themselves a disservice over there with the Giants because Eli Manning definitely needs to be traded. You're talking about 2 Super Bowls that happened well over 10 years ago or something. And they had the best front line in the league both times, 1 and 2, ranked number 1, number 2. So it's not bad, not a hard task. But now you see the results when someone doesn't have the time and don't have the expertise to get out that pocket and get that ball gone like an Eli Manning. So if you're a franchise and you betting on him, I would have wanted to go too. I don't know that he wanted to go. Yeah, I don't know that he wanted to go to Cleveland, but I wouldn't have mind getting off the ship.
Yeah. So moving on, we still in the world of sports. Russell Westbrook was fined this week $25,000 for threatening a Utah Jazz fan and his wife. But the fan blurted out some very offensive and disrespectful racial comments to Russell, and it was totally disrespectful. So, y'all, I want to know what y'all think. The fan said, get down on your knees like you're used to doing, right?
What happened?
The fan said to Russell Westbrook, Utah Jazz, he was playing in the game, get down on your knees like you're used to doing. And Russell Westbrook said, look here, I will fuck you up and your wife can get it too. I'll fuck you up and your wife is basically what he said. And we got a clip.
Let's go to
Let's
the
see
clip,
it.
baby. You got to let the clip speak.
I'm going to say one thing. I'll fuck him up. He said, I promise you. You see, I'm playing. I swear to God. I'll fuck you up. You and your wife. I'll fuck you up. No, fuck that. I promise you. Everything I love.
Yeah, I mean, he's an emotional guy.
Okay.
And so you see it on the court.
Yeah.
He gets very emotional on the court, and he leaves it all on the court, is what I do respect about Westbrook. And, in that incident, I think that he could have let that go.
Yeah, probably so. But he paid his $25,000.
I also think that the fans should get their ass tossed out.
He did. The
When you
Utah
come- when
Jazz
you
fan can't
interrupt-
come in there no more.
Yeah, when you interrupt players to that degree, like when you use foul language, if you say inappropriate things, because, see, they have no recourse. They're on a court. So they can't come and black your eye and choke the shit out you.
Right.
And all that, right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, not that I would do those things. That's my past. I'm just simply saying that's before I went to rehab. So
we got to move on
Yeah.
because we got a few more things to
Yeah.
update y'all on before we get our first guest up here. We got to be mindful of the time. But I did want to mention the rest of the things here. Jay Prince, y'all. Jay Prince of Rap A
Gotta
Lot
talk
Records.
about that, yeah.
Stan interviewed Mr. Prince about back in September. Great interview. If you didn't see it, go to our YouTube channel. It's on there.
Yeah,
but
the big
Jay Prince
homie.
goes off on social media after one of his new artists, YBN Almighty J, who got jumped, robbed, and beaten. And the Rap A Lot chain that YBN,
It was
YBN,
snatched. He got his chain
chains was snatched,
And he got
Jay Prince done went on
a
social
bunch
media
of stuff.
and went
very,
off.
very, very unfortunate situation. To my knowledge, I don't want to misquote. The young man was in an incident about 3 or 4 weeks ago where they allegedly robbed some other people, and some things occurred. I don't know that that's real, but that's what I'm seeing in social media. And then now here we go. He has 300 stitches. So it's just not a beat up or a beat down. That's different. They sliced his face with a razor.
Yeah.
They bust his head open with a Hennessy bottle. They did a lot of things to this young boy. Young boy, not even a big guy. Little kid. 21 years old. Little kid.
Yeah, so it's
Not a
unfortunate.
kid. He's a grown man, but he's a young man. So what I'm saying is, Jay Prince came on social media, and Jay Prince made a post about it. And he at a lot of people on social media, including Cardi B and some other people. And he said some things like, we have to come together and basically click up as a gang and take care of the situation. And I do agree that situation is way inappropriate, but I just believe that the big homie, is salute to him.
Yeah.
I got a lot of respect for Jay Prince. But I just think that at our age, that you can handle a little difference. You can't get on social media and even address the situation. I wouldn't even speak on it on social media if it involves my artist, because if I have some business to handle, then I don't think social media is the place to even address that business, because it's going to get serious.
Yeah,
and so
it
why
is.
put it on there? Don't even tag yourself on social media. That's for the young kids. And the young, and adding people when you got their numbers. I just pick up the phone and call these people and say, look, man, look, Fat Joe, you in the Bronx. Look, Corey Guns. Look, Peter Guns. Look, all y'all Soundview dudes, man. I need y'all to get with me on this situation, or not.
Yeah.
But I have a situation that's unjust.
That's
so I
a
need
better
y'all to
way
help
that
me
he
make it
could have
right.
handled it.
So that's just my opinion. That's just
know?
my opinion. But in the heat of the moment, sometimes we get a little heated and we overreact and we do things that we're not supposed to do. So again, shout out to Mr. Prince. I appreciate just the gentlemanship that he brings to the game and the whole nine. I got a lot of respect for him, but the young boys don't. They just don't respect anything.
Yeah,
these days.
Unfortunately,
they don't respect
so,
anything.
Hey, that situation I heard before we came to the show, that the guys who were involved got arrested, but not for that. They done got them on some other charges for something else that they've done. But I guess the point is their names had gotten put out there, and the police was like, boom, we got them, but we got them for something else. So
Yeah, and they're saying that was a snitch move.
Right.
Like they
Right,
saying
right.
when he put that out there and then he named their names. He said
Right.
that little dude Zay and his crew from
Right.
the Bronx. Well, it's not but so many Zays and his crew from the Bronx. So right away the authorities were going to get in on it and along with the other people that he added and made the comment on. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So I just think that business right there, when you talk street business, if you're not going to get the police involved, then don't talk about it.
Yeah. So anyway, on to more fighting. It's a lot of fighting going on. Former UFC. I didn't know what I'm embarrassed to say that I really didn't even know what UFC meant. So it stands for Ultimate Fighting Championship. So former UFC champion Conor McGregor, do you know him?
Yeah, he cold idiot.
He's facing possible felony charges
super
for
wild.
taking and stomping a man's cell phone in the ground out of anger because he was pissed that the fan was taking pictures of him coming out of a club, right? And so I understand, you want a certain level of privacy, but unfortunately, when you get to be a certain level out there of a superstar, you're Conor McGregor, you're, the Floyd Mayweather type people are going to take pictures of you. That's just what happens. It comes along with the territory. A lot of times people respect your privacy when you have your children and stuff with you, but hey, that comes along with it. You can't snatch somebody's phone and stomp it in the ground. Like, who are you? Like, you the UFC champion. You don't go around doing that, so you should get in trouble. And
he also took a dolly and picked up a dolly and threw it in the window of a bus that had a young gentleman on there that he had a situation with. So, I mean, these the type of thing. Hey, I'm not a Conor McGregor fan, but I do know that he's great at his work, what he does. But also, you do have to realize, you said it perfectly, you have to understand that when you're in the limelight, people want to take pictures with you. They're going to sneak and take pictures with you. They want selfies. They want autographs. And that's pretty much what you sign up for when you get famous. That's just what it is.
It is. So our prayers go out to the families who died in that Ethiopian plane crash. It was very tragic, very tough. 157 people, all 157 people on board, they died. So our prayers go out to the families of everyone that, lost someone in that plane crash.
That's the second one, too. So they banned them. They grounded all of them. They grounded the ones in the States as well as in other countries.
Very, very, very tragic.
And they saying they don't know if it's the plane or the pilot because it's a intricate plane. Like, it has some intricate details to it, and you have to know how to handle that plane specifically. Yeah. And so if you're not a great pilot, maybe that's something.
That's very sad, though.
Very sad.
Happy birthday, Steph Curry. Today is Steph Curry's birthday.
Steph, he's 30?
I think he turned 31 today.
31. Okay,
and
Steph. Happy birthday.
Quincy Jones' birthday today, too. Hey,
and what's up,
happy
Janae?
Birthday.
That's his wife, by the way. What's up, Janae? Yeah, that's
Quincy Jones' wife?
No, I was talking to Steph Curry.
Janae, that's his wife.
Yeah, I was just saying hey to her.
Oh, you saying hey to her? She know you?
Yes, actually she does. My brother used to date her sister, if you need to know. Yes.
Your brother?
Eric Leverett used to date her sister, her little sister.
I'm like, you know her?
Yeah, I actually have a special pair of Steph Curry Under Armour tennis shoes that I was given specifically. Now that you need to know all our personal business,
yeah. Hey,
to act like I don't know people when I do.
Okay, I bet you don't know this person. Yesterday, rapper named Lonnie Courant Jamon Shuka Rashid Lynn. That's his whole name. Lonnie Courant Jamon Shuka Rashid Lynn turned 47 years old yesterday. Who on Facebook or right here in the studio can tell me who this popular rapper is that has that long name? Does anybody know? Jacob? One more time. His name is Lonnie Courant Jamon Shuka Rashid Lynn, and yesterday was his 47th birthday.
And he's a rapper.
He's a famous rapper. Who knows who that is?
E40.
Anyone else? You? Jacob, you don't know?
Come on,
Jeremy
Jacob,
don't know?
You got it, Jake. Jeremy, where you at, Jeremy?
Who turned... Jeremy probably going to look it up real quick.
Yeah,
so
you cheating. He on Google. Get off Google, Jeremy.
He's disqualified. So I'll spill the beans. Yesterday, Common turned 47 years old. Happy belated birthday to Common.
Say his name again.
Lonnie Courant.
Got all that Sharif and all that. I should have known that.
Lonnie Courant Jamon Shuka Rashid Lynn, also known as Common, turned 47
You gotta call him
yesterday.
Common. He got 173 names. You can't call him all that mess.
So
yeah, that's too damn complex.
Okay, real quick, we're gonna get to the shining star
Spotlight shining star, you guys.
And then we're gonna bring our first guest up.
Spotlight shining star. Let me give a special shout out to the Nelsons at Nelson Manor. Man.
Hey, y'all.
Love what you guys doing out there at the Nelson Manor. I just wanted to say
Go
that.
look on our page and see some great things about them, too.
Yeah. I don't have... Oh, I got to put these on. Spotlight Shining Star. Spotlight Shining Star is, guess what? It's my favorite segment of the show. Why is that? Because it does justice to people who may not get it. It shines the spotlight on people who may not get it. It shows people that they can be somebody who may not think it. Well, guess what? Today, we have a shining star that I'm really, really, really proud of. I think this is something that ties into what I'm about. Spotlight Shining Stars, we by Black founder and CEO Sharif Abdul Malik. Sharif Abdul Malik has started a brand new soul food market, which is a supermarket / grocery store chain for black vendors to sell their goods. Soul Food Market is a black-owned grocery store chain that will be modeled after Whole Foods. And it will provide similar standards and healthy alternatives for black communities. This type of movement is a true reflection of what Black Wall Street really stands for. Guess who?
Yeah.
I like that. We all need to get behind this man and show our support. Let's keep the concept moving forward.
Yes.
Grocery store / supermarket, black owned in the hoods for healthy reasons, not just a grocery store.
But the
It's like
bigger
a whole
thing is
food situation.
his idea is to have the things that are going to be sold inside the store are going to be from black agriculturalists, black farmers,
Yes.
black,
Very important.
all of that.
Very, very important. And so why is that important? Because Black Wall Street is, I'm the president of Black Wall Street DMV, for those who don't know. Black Wall Street is a movement in many cities, multiple cities, and it's not just some black thing. Well, it is. Black Wall Street is a situation where we're trying to unite people and get them to understand the value of dollars and camaraderie and community and family. And so we're trying to bring that back because we have lost our sense of worth. So speaking of Black Wall Street, actually next Thursday, March the 21st, I'm hosting my first Black Wall Street DMV event at OTI in Largo, where I'll be giving out 9 awards to some real prestigious young ladies and men throughout the DMV community. I'm very proud of all of these people: Tony Lewis, Trayon White, BJ Page, CJ Blair, Tressa Smallwood, Tiffany Huntley, all kinds of, it's just the list goes on. And if I left anybody, Eric Weaver, these people do amazing things for the community. They bring justice to places where they need to be. They really sow seeds in these young men and women that need it. And so I felt the need to come together with these people, give them some honor, and say we respect what you do. And so the 21st, which is next Thursday, you can come out from 6 to 8. From 6 to 8 p.m., OTI Largo, 6 to 8. And just come out. It's free.
Y'all
just come out and be a part of the event
and hang
and
out
celebrate
with
with us and help me give out some of these awards.
We're going to still have our show next week. It just won't be me and Stan. We got a special.
We have a special host that's going to hold it down, the big homie Q.
Yes.
Shout out to Q.
Q
that's going to come out there next week and hold this thing down, man.
He's
and
a young, aspiring actor, so y'all going to be in for a treat. Yeah, young.
He's not aspiring. He's already acting.
A young actor, so y'all are in for a treat next week. It's not going to be like me and Stan, but it's a different type of treat.
Hey, Jeff, let's talk a little bit to Facebook before we get to our next guest. You don't buy a noose. You buy a rope and tie. Oh, so my homie put me on to it. Hey, so you was right, Jacob. You don't buy nooses. You buy rope and you make it into.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I wouldn't be a noose fan.
Right.
So I'm not a fan of nooses. Yeah. So Jacob making me look at him sideways because Jacob know how to make the noose.
Bill Hart. Hey, everybody.
So at the end of the day, Jeff, I get it now. That's what you do. Take the high road. Yeah. You get millions to keep your head in the game.
Talking
Cheryl
about
said
Russell
the same
Westbrook.
thing I said. That's the same thing I said.
Yeah.
You at work.
Yeah.
And so you get hecklers that do some of these things. Some of these people are planning to get you off your game. Do you remember when what's one of my favorite players? Yeah, we losing time.
Who?
The King, LeBron James. Remember when he had the worst game? He scored 8 points.
I remember
in a game. Well, he found out some bad news that was disturbing.
Oh, that's right. I remember.
And when he found out the news, he scored 8 points. You can score 8 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He scored it in the game. Why is that? Head ain't in the game.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying. You got to be ready.
All right.
We're going to go to a commercial. We'll be right back with our next guest. Spotlight over the city.
Spotlight. Okay.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
Hey, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City, and y'all can see that we are joined by two lovely ladies. One right here to my right stands left.
And one in the box.
And one in the box over here. And to my right, we have children's book author and publisher, Miss Taisha in the building.
Author. Give it up, author.
Yeah, Stan loves
You know I love me
authors
some authors because
yes.
I'm an author myself. So
And
I like how that thing goes. Yes,
we
I
have
know
over
this
here
works.
too, my far right, Stan's right as well, songstress D. Right, DMV is filled with so much talent.
Much
y'all.
talent.
And you're gonna see that right before she leaves out of this building. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. Miss Ryan Collins is in the building.
Let's give it up.
Let's give it
So
up,
let's
y'all.
get
for
right
both
to
of
it.
our
Let's talk about this book a little bit now. Is
Yeah,
this
they-
a series?
Children's books.
Somebody wrote a children's series book. Is it a series or is it a book?
Here's your mic. That's
Here's your
cameras
mic
here.
and here's your camera.
Yes, my first two books, More Bees with Honey and Will You Love Me, they're not series. They actually went live today on Amazon.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
That deserves a give it up. That live
Yes.
thing, yes.
Thank
Both
you.
of them went live today.
Both went live today. And the next book that's going to be coming out will be part of a series. It's called Teeny Weeny Itsy and Bitsy Go Fishing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Very
Teeny
catchy.
teeny weeny, itsy and bitsy, go fishing.
Yes.
So these are 4 different characters?
They are. And basically I came up with the characters one night just in my bed thinking about what I should do. First I was going to make them animals. So what I decided to do was make Teeny a little black girl. And the story is based in the Hamptons.
Wow.
Teeny's mom is a single black mom who made her fortune from using her natural talents and her natural resources. Weenie is a little Scottish terrier that lives next door in a treehouse. And Itsy and Bitsy are 2 owls, all girls.
Okay.
Girl power.
Girl power.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Okay.
Very creative.
So what put you on this path to doing these children's books? Where do you see it going? And the main question obviously is how can the viewers be involved and support you?
Sure. I sort of just stumbled across it. I've been working on my novel, Memoirs of a Foster Child, for quite some time now. And for some reason, I just couldn't finish it.
Why the title?
Well, I was a foster child for 18 years.
Wow.
And I have so many stories.
I can imagine.
We got to have you back just to talk about that.
Just to talk about that. I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Love
That's a
Yeah.
book in itself.
That's a book.
It is. So
Yes.
it will be out this year. I'm going to finish that.
Okay.
But, I just stumbled across it. I was in the shower one day, and I thought of these words, and they were so powerful to me that I became emotional.
Wow.
And that's a little weird. So what I did was I got out of the shower and I wrote it down. I
You
said,
wrote
this
it
has
down.
to be important.
Yeah.
So I didn't know exactly what to do with it. So I would say maybe an hour or so later, I said, you know what? I'm going to make them children's books. So my first 2 were born, and my next 2, the Itsy and Bitsy sequels, will be out in the summer.
Oh man, I'm so proud to hear that. I really am.
Thank
I'm so
you.
proud to hear that.
I wish you had a copy with you so we could show it to the audience.
I wish I did too.
But you know what? When you come back and we have a show and
Yeah.
about being in a foster home for
Yes.
so long, I think my sister would be a great part to add to that show.
Okay.
She works with a lot of people in that go through that as well.
I
So
would
when
love
we
to
have
have
you
that
come back,
platform, yeah.
we're
Thank
gonna
you.
have you bring copies of it.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
in the meantime, though, tell people how they can support you now and get these children books.
Where
Right
can they
now,
find those books?
Y'all can contact me at author Taisha Lee on Facebook. And
Spell that for me real quick.
Author Taisha is spelled Tyecia. Last name is Lee.
Okay.
I do accept Cash App. You can also call me at 443-273-6547. And you can buy them from Amazon. But buy them from me, don't matter. Either way.
Yeah, they
way.
can get
All
a
to the
signed
good.
copy from
Yeah,
you.
either
Yes.
way,
Or they can
support
go to
her.
Amazon.
Yes.
And also, what about social media? Do you have social media
Yes,
platforms?
I do. I just started a business page, which I have a publishing company. I self-publish my books.
Good
for
job.
you. Good job.
Good job.
Thank you. Through Pixar Publishing. So it's spelled Picsar, not the Pixar.
Right.
Pixar Publishing on Instagram and Twitter.
Pixar,
Pixar.
not like the car stuff. So Picsar
Yeah.
on publishing on Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
All right. So we want to be able to get to this live performance that we're about to have. So, but we want to hear from you for a minute, Miss Ryan.
Yeah,
so
we need to hear from
We
you.
want to
We
tell
wanna know
our
about your
viewers and
music
listeners
journey.
who is Ryan.
Who is Ryan?
Yes.
Well, that's a
And
loaded
he's
question.
the
I don't
camera
even
here.
think we have the time.
Well, give us a short version. Give us a short version. Yeah, give us a short version of it.
Ryan is an entrepreneur. She is a ball of light. She is a singer-songwriter. She is a pop soul artist. If you could literally figure out what genre of music you like, you know Maroon 5?
Yes.
You know India.Arie?
Yes.
If they had a baby, boom.
Boom.
With Jill Scott as a godmother.
Hey. That's
It gets
lit.
good. It gets
Okay.
good. It gets
Yeah,
real
yeah.
good.
And you
It gets
ready
real
too.
good.
I love your energy. Great energy.
You can feel it?
Yes.
Yes.
Ball of light. Ball.
Yes.
You're ball
Yes.
of light.
Thank
Yes.
you. I'm not going to lie. I was a little jet lagged and I finally got my mojo back.
Yes,
So
she got her
yes,
mojo
now I'm-
back.
now-
So that's what's up. And
Yeah.
jet lag. Where you come from?
Dubai.
Are you
Hey,
for real?
she come all the way to
You
make us
came all
jealous.
the way
She gonna come here and make us jealous.
Rub it in there.
You know, oh,
Right.
yeah, put the hand
But
in
look
the
at
vibe.
her. She came in from Dubai and came right over here to spotlight over.
You better
South.
know
So
it.
I'm happy. I'm
Hey,
appreciative.
that's all love.
Also changing the car. Be my face in the car. You can.
See?
Hey, we love it. We love
Hey,
it.
we love it. We love it.
She stay ready, so she had to get ready.
Okay.
So real quick,
That's a
I
word.
forgot how we found you on social media. You must have performed somewhere in the DMV, and we were like, she's good.
Yeah, was it maybe Tacoma?
It might have been one of those things, but
Yeah.
wherever it was, we were like, she good. We're gonna get her on the show.
I
So
know,
I'm
and I'm so excited to be
I'm
here.
so glad that you made it in here. I wish we had a lot of time so we can get into your life story because I bet it's interesting. But just again, tell the viewers something really quick about yourself. Tell them how they can support your music. Do you have anything coming up soon that we can all support you and let you know? And you're now a part of the Spotlight family.
For sure. That's a given.
Once you're a part of the family, you can't get out. It's like a mob. You can't get out. And if you need our platform to help you, you just let us know.
Thank you.
For
So,
sure.
Yeah, Ryan.
So, if you must know,
Yes, we
I'm
do.
actually dropping my very first project.
Oh, shucks.
And so this very first project has gone through many different names and many different titles, and we settled on Vintage, right? Because what it is a compilation of songs and ideas that I've written a while back that I finally am able to release, that people who've been following Ryan Collins' story for so long, they know these
Yeah.
songs. If you see them in the audience, they're singing these
They're
songs.
singing them.
But they do not have these songs in their iTunes. So
Wow.
I get to bring these songs to your iTunes and your Apple Music
I love
and
it.
your Amazon Prime and all
That's
of
what's
that.
up.
I love
so
it.
I'm stupid excited about that. Finally, people do not know what goes into creating an album and a project, and I'm sure you do with the children's books. It's pretty much Erykah Badu said
Yeah.
it best. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my
sensitive
what?
I'm
I'm
That's
sensitive
right,
about my shit.
ish.
So what I
About
get to do,
my
I
ish.
wasn't sure if I could say that, so I was gonna let y'all do it.
Nah, you can do it.
sensitive
You
about
can do
my
it. You can do
shit.
it.
But it's just one of them things where you just been working on something for so long and you finally get to see it manifest. And also for your friends and family,
Right.
they finally get to have it tangible for them to ride to work with every single day. So I think that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah.
So without
if you-
further ado, then
Well,
let's
wait a
get
minute.
up on
Like, give
that
out your
stage.
information.
Oh yeah, so on Instagram, you can find me a couple different places because I have to plug that I'm an entrepreneur and a natural hairstylist. So ladies, if you want to know your curl pattern or if you got locks down your back, please come see your girl, Unruly Royalty, okay?
All right.
But yes, you can find me on my anything Instagram, everything Ryan, okay? At Ryan, R-Y-A-N, Revolt, R-E-V-O-L-T.
Ryan Revolt.
R-I-A-N.
No,
R-I-A-N.
R-Y-A-N.
R-Y-A-N.
Yeah, just like the boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
R-Y-A-N.
Yes, R-Y-A-N, R-E-V-O-L-T-I-N-T. So like revolution short type of thing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, revolting short and then international short.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
Ryan, revolt, I-N-T.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
well, we
So
are
we
going
got to get you on that stage
Get you on the
because we
stage.
running out
We're
of
going
time.
to
So
close
we
the
got to
show.
get you out there to close this thing out.
All right.
So
Y'all
without
got a track?
further ado, Miss Ryan is gonna hit the stage right now, actually.
Yeah, right now. Y'all
Yeah,
got
we're
the
not even
track?
going to a commercial. You got the track, Jake?
I take a mic?
Yes.
Let's take it.
Right with you.
I'm going to move these phones over here. My live feeds.
Music.
I sent you the track. Yeah.
All right. Hopefully. Yeah. Let's go to a commercial.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Miss Ryan on the stage.
Woo! Woo woo! How many people just somebody tell you something fake and you just like, you know what? You ain't real. If you ain't real, what are you? Artificial, right? So since you ain't gonna do what I said, boy, I'm done with it. I ain't gonna persistently keep on asking for a little bit of your time. I ain't gonna keep on wondering if maybe I am on your mind. I ain't gonna keep on wondering who you with, where you spend your time. I'm done with it. Baby, I quit, 'cause you ain't real. Oh, oh, baby, you're artificial. You ain't real, no, baby, you're artificial. What I'm seeing with clear eyes, I ain't really seeing with these eyes, you know. You're just a salesman, selling false lies everywhere. you really care. Yeah. I don't see you anywhere. Yeah. Oh, I ain't gonna persistently keep on asking for a little bit of your time. I ain't gonna keep on wondering if maybe I am on your mind. I ain't gonna keep on wondering who you with, where you spend your time. I'm done with it. Baby, I quit, 'cause you ain't real. Hey, baby, you're artificial. Sing it, girl. Hey, you ain't real. No, baby, you're artificial. That sounds great. Hey, what I'm seeing with clear eyes, I ain't really seeing with these eyes. You know. Ain't nothing ordinary or typical. I'm legendary, don't you know? Not being rude, but off you go. I know my worth, I'm just letting you know. You ain't real. Baby, you're artificial, yeah. You ain't real, no. Baby, you're artificial. Oh, baby, you're artificial. You ain't real. No, baby, you're artificial. You ain't real. You ain't real. Hey, yeah, you ain't real. Oh, baby, you're artificial, yeah. He fake. You ain't real. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Give it up one more time for Ryan in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Spotlight over the city. We got to get out of here and wrap it up. But we love you guys for tuning in each and every week. We appreciate you guys. Make sure you go out to Horse and Dickey's, one of our sponsors, and check them out. Allentown Road. Allentown Road? Make sure you get out there and 10%. Bing, they're going to hit that button, give you 10% off. Nelson Manor, another one of our sponsors. Shout out to them. NelsonManor.com. Leverett Financial Services, another sponsor. LEVERETTE.com. Make sure you check those guys out. Go to our Facebook page, Spotlight Over the City. Make sure you get to our YouTube page as well, Spotlight Over the City, and subscribe. Check us out. Stay tuned in every week. Until then, next week. Love hard, live good, God first.
Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD, I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly, I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.